Estate planning is an important aspect of every farm operation, and producers often use a split interest transaction as a mechanism to reduce certain taxes. However, there are specific rules that can impact value. Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law joins us now with some guidance. Good to have you with us, Roger. Let's start with some of the basic elements of split interest transactions.
Well, good to be with you, Tammy. What it involves is a way to acquire land and then shift that land ownership in a really tax-efficient way from one generation to the next. And so what you have is one party that acquires a temporary interest, such as a life estate or an interest for a term of years, with the other party acquiring a remainder interest. And then the remainder holder gets the full ownership after that life estate expires.
So what are some of those tax implications?
Well, the technique often allows most of that cost to acquire farmland, for example, to be covered by a family corporation. So if you've got a C corporation that you're using in your farming operation, this is in many instances ideal in those situations. It can allow the removal of after-tax income from that corporation over time. And what it is a very tax-efficient way to do generational succession planning for a continual farm operation from one generation to the next.
Do you got an example for us?
Well, let's say I have a family-owned C corporation that has a buildup of cash in it, a buildup of investment in it, and the family wants to buy more land. So the corporation, for instance, would acquire, let's say, a 30-year term interest, and a family member buys the remainder interest. Well, as long as that family member has the money to buy the remainder interest, what happens is that most of that cost is being brokered by the corporation. If I'm buying something 30 years in the future, I'm going to pay a lot less for it than what I would buy up front right now to have title to it right now. And so that brokers the cost, and the family member ends up with title after 30 years.
So what's your big takeaway here?
Well, it is a really complex technique, so you need good legal and tax counsel to do it right, and it's not right for everyone. So make sure you get good advice on your options, learn the advantages and disadvantages of doing split interest land transactions. There are related party rules. You have to avoid those. But I would say if the federal estate tax exclusion drops in 2026, like it's currently scheduled to do so if Congress does nothing, then this technique, which also has estate planning and estate tax benefits to it, will become more popular then.
All right, yeah, you're always very good at helping us understand these complicated situations. That's Roger McEowen with the Washburn School of Law. Thank you so much for your time today.